Here are the top 5 ways that you can get your puppy's focus when out in the real world around distractions. And don't forget guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn your notifications on as well. If you haven't done so already, make sure to do that so you can see when we post our videos. Tip number 1, we've got stepping distractions up slowly. So essentially, if you are just training your puppy inside the home or in the garden and you're not working around distractions, but then you take your puppy out for a walk and you expect them to focus on you, how are they going to do that when they're not conditioned to do so? So making sure that you train your puppy around distractions is very, very important. So the way to do this is essentially, when you take your puppy out for a walk, make sure to get that focus straight away from the get-go. So you leave the house. Leaving the house, your puppy is under control. They don't just run out of that front door, but they have that control to leave the house. You ask them for the way, or you just expect that self-control. You step out, you then call them to you. So once you've called them to you, you then reward them. They're already focusing on you because they're getting the reward. So you're starting that walk off on the right foot. Then, as you're walking down the street, make sure again, simply get your puppy's focus, do some walk to heels, allow your puppy that sniffing time, etc. But again, it's very, very structured and they're listening to you, they're focusing on you, they're following your lead as opposed to your puppy is leading you down the street and just taking you for a good old jolly walk. Tip number 2, we have got correct interactions. What do I mean by this? So correct interactions, essentially, you don't want your puppy to just pull you to another dog or pull you to another person or pull you to another animal. What we actually want is for your puppy to have that structure so that they know very clearly when it's okay or when it's appropriate to say hi to another dog or person, or when it's not okay for them to do so. So to do this, very much so, all you're going to do is just provide them some structure, right? So let's just say, imagine you're walking down the street and your puppy sees another dog, or you're about to pass another dog, and your puppy kind of pulls or lunges towards them, and you're like, oh, it's okay, I'm just going to allow them to say hi because the other owner has said it's okay for them to do so. But then what you've done then is you're very much reinforcing your puppy that it's okay for them to just lunge over and pull over to go see other dogs when they want to. Instead, what you can do is walk your puppy to heel. You get about 5-10 meters out from the other dog owner. Hi, is it okay for my puppy to say hi? They're like, yeah, sure, my puppy's friendly or whatever, right? Then what you can do then is, as you're about 1 meter or 2 meters out, after the heel, you get to sit. Your puppy sits, they focus on you. And then you can allow them to go say hi. So a nice cue like go say hi is very, very valuable in this case. And then of course you go for a nice sweet interaction, short and sweet, and then a recall out of the interaction. Tip number 3, guys, we have different environments. So I know in tip number 1 we mentioned distractions, but in this tip essentially I want to talk about taking your puppy to different environments such as the woods, the cafe, the garden center, down to your local park and just sitting on a bench and teaching your puppy how to be neutral, how to be calm in those different environments. So your puppy learning how to settle is going to be very, very valuable later on in their life when you do take them out to a pub dinner and you want them to just relax underneath your chair or by your chair or underneath your table, wherever it is. You want them to just simply relax. Now, if you're taking your puppy out at the moment and the only time that they're out, every time they go out, they're simply just pulling on a lead, they're sniffing this, they're sniffing that, they're very, very active, they never stop to just relax and learn how to self-regulate, then you're never ever gonna have a puppy or dog that does that. So the best thing to do is teach your puppy how to settle, and then use that settle or use that settle blanket, and you take that with you to a pub, to a garden center, to your park, to your woods, wherever it is. You just teach your puppy that no matter where you go, if you ask your puppy to settle, they settle. Tip number 4, we've got making training fun for you and your puppy. You have to make sure it's fun for your puppy. You can imagine, right? You're walking your puppy down the street and you're like, heel, leave it, come. It's very boring, it's very monotone. Puppies do not respond in that kind of way. You can imagine, if you want to make sure that your puppy chooses you over any other distraction so that you can take them literally anywhere and everywhere with you, then you have to make sure that your puppy sees you as the most fun thing there is in this world. They see you as that one thing that they want to focus on, the one thing that they want to play with, that one thing that when you say, leave it, they leave that thing alone and come straight back to you for the fun, for the reward, for the praise, whatever it is, they want to come back to you. So making sure that training is fun for you and your puppy is one of the most vital ingredients to raising your puppy to become neutral and confident and calm in all different environments. Tip number 5, and probably the most important tip of all, is making sure that you stay super consistent with your puppy's boundaries. If you imagine, right, that your puppy pushes boundaries and they are successful in pushing your boundaries once out of 20 times, you allow your puppy to do that. Then they push it twice, 2 times out of 20 times, and you allow your puppy to do that. Then 3 times and 4 times and 5 times until your puppy is now doing whatever they want to do, whenever they want to do it. So whenever you set boundaries, make sure to stay consistent and persistent with those boundaries that you set. Very, very important as a dog owner. Do not let your puppy rule the roost. Be consistent. And those were my top 5 tips for raising your puppy to be nice and calm, nice and neutral in different environments. So if you have enjoyed that, then make sure to comment below with your biggest takeaway on what you've learned from this video. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn your notifications on as well. I look forward to seeing you on the next video.